Hi guys, welcome to another 2-minute devotion with Dan. We are in Mark chapter 8 still, and this is a really cool one. This is an example of how you can read something over and over again and each time get something new out of it. I previously addressed this topic with a previous Devo, but ironically never got this out of it like I'm about to share, which is extraordinary. But anyway, so the disciples had forgotten to bring food, and they had only had one loaf of bread, and they were arguing about them with each other. And Jesus said, "Watch out, beware the yeast of the Pharisees and of Herod." So once again, let's just look at this word, yeast. Zume. Now, previously I went into this word zume here. Leaven refers to a substance used as an agent for fermenting dough, with the associated meaning of a change agent that is subtle, gradual, yet thorough. And I decided this time I'm just going to look into the Blue Letter Bible and see what happens. Prepare to be told. Okay, so we are in Zume. Look what's happened here. We now have the word zyme. Now, I'll just show you how I got there. Back to here. So I was ahead of myself here. Into here, into there. And then we go down into here, the leaven, zume. However, look at this. We have a change of spelling. Now, I'm a bit of a linguist. I love spelling and root words and stuff like this. We now have the word, as we pronounce zyme, as in enzyme. And I had never seen this correlation before because of the different spelling. Leaven, metaphor of the invertebrate mental and moral corruption viewed in its tendency to affect others. Now, if we look into this word invertebrate, confirmed or staunch, having a particular habit, activity, or interest that is long established and unlikely to change. Now, that's quite subtle, the unlikely to change, because I'll just hold on to that for a second and we'll come back to that. So leaven is applied to a substance that is small in quantity, yet thoroughly pervades a thing by its influence. The New Testament uses it as both a positive or a negative sense. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So with the Matthew 13, that's the parable. I won't show you, but it says, the kingdom of heaven is like a yeast that a woman used in making bread. Even though she put only a little yeast in 3 measures of flour, it permeated every part of the dough. That's in Matthew. So we go down and here are the examples that Jesus uses. And almost always it's the leaven referring to the influence of the Pharisees and of Herod, to do with hypocrisy and stuff like that. If we were to take a moment and go into a dictionary, this is where it gets evil. So enzyme. First recorded in 1880 to 85, enzyme zymos, leavened. So it's exactly related. Any group of complex proteins or conjugated proteins that are produced by living cells and act as catalysts in specific biochemical reactions. And as we go down further, this is where it gets scary. A protein molecule that helps other organic molecules, we are organic, enter into chemical reactions with one another, but is itself unaffected by these reactions. In other words, enzymes act as catalysts for organic biochemical reactions. Now, the part that scares me is, I'm probably reading too much in. An enzyme is itself unaffected or unchanged by the reaction. However, it changes those around it and creates or contributes to a reaction of change more quickly. Now, we go back into here, leaven, as applied in small quantity, thoroughly pervades things by its influence. It's the zume, it's the same Greek root word. And now we're talking about Jesus referring to our zume in the Pharisees and Herod. So Jesus knew exactly what he was talking about when he was referring to the yeast. And I've talked previously about slow change over time and all these things that happen in society. The devil is a patient creature. He knows what he's doing because he's using time as his ally to influence our society permanently, because things aren't likely to go back, and these people that he uses, these agents, are not themselves going to change when they influence us. However, we will change from their influence. Take a moment to think about that. Beware the yeast that changes us. That's so deep, and it's been under our nose the whole time, and I didn't even see it. The yeast, the enzyme, the zume. So, once again, we can influence for good, just like the kingdom of God. I'll show you this one now. There it is, the parable of the yeast. Same word. It's the N, which is in verse 33. There it is, zume. It's the same word, change of spelling, but the original meaning is scary. So I just wanted to share this with you. Bit of a word study again. I love word studies, as you've probably worked out by now. But look how much we get out of them. And when we correlate it back to today's world, it's a bit removed, but not that much. But when we track it back, the change of these meanings of these words over time, it's right there. And it may possibly have had a much more vivid meaning to these guys back then. Because as you see, first recorded in 1880 to 1885 from medieval Greek. So the medieval Greek, is still Greek. It's where they got it from. And so the further we get in time from the original events or meanings, the less effect or less scary it might seem, but it's still, the meaning is still there. And that's just something that I just wanted to share with you today. Bless you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.